Welcome once again to Critical Hit. I'm so glad that you are here with us this week, but you know what'd be even cooler is for you to listen to next week's episode right now. It can happen. We can do it over at patreon.com/major spoilers. We're less than $500 away from our next goal, and at that next goal, I will allow all of our patrons, $5 and up, to listen to Critical Hit a week early from everyone else. Also, it's going to be ad-free, so you got that going for you. So what are you waiting for? Head over to patreon.com/major spoilers. Sign up. Every little bit helps, even if you can't do the $5 level. Maybe you can do the $1 or $2 level. Every little bit helps, allows us to keep things going here at Major Spoilers. Plus, you get a bunch of extra stuff, bonus episodes, behind the scenes, all the character sheets, original art, a whole lot more over at patreon.com/major spoilers. Plus, you'll be able to hear Critical Hit a week before everyone else. And you'll also find out when that one thing's going to happen. Oh yeah, patreon.com/major spoilers. This episode of Critical Hit is also brought to you by Harry's. As a special offer for our fans, we've partnered with Harry's to give you $5 off your order when you go to harrys.com/critical hit. This offer is only available during the holidays, and I know what you're thinking. I have no idea what to get someone for the holidays. Well, this holiday, give Harry's and give handsome. Get your holiday shopping done early and take advantage of the free shipping. I love Harry's. I've been using them for years now. I get a close, comfortable shave. It's wonderful every time I shave with a razor from Harry's. Harry's makes such a great gift because they have amazing quality products for a super reasonable price. Harry's is a company that guys love. Over 3 million guys have switched, women too. It's the practical gift that he or she will get a lot of use out of. You can personalize it and make it feel special. You can choose a color that's right for him or her. Now with a limited edition holiday color that I really dig. Custom gift sets are available. You can even get custom engraving, although you better hurry because custom engraving takes a while to get done. This holiday, Harry's is offering customers a custom limited edition shaving set that makes a perfect gift. The gift set is built with your guy or gal in mind so that they know that you care. Sets come with German-engineered 5-blade cartridges that provide a close, comfortable shave, foaming gel that smells amazing, a special limited edition winter chrome and emerald green handles, and you can personalize it, like I said, with the engraving. No matter what you're looking for, Harry's has you covered. Gift sets start at only $10. These are great stocking stuffers. This is a great gift to give to someone. So this holiday, give Harry's and give handsome. Get your holiday shopping done early. Take advantage of the free shipping. To get this limited edition holiday shave set while supplies last, go to harrys.com/critical hit right now. That's harrys.com/critical hit. That's where you want to go. Thanks, Harry's, for sponsoring this episode of Critical Hit. Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you for downloading and checking us out this week. Welcome back, everybody, as we explore this magical mystery world of the Haze of Shadows with Brian. And when we left last week on the show
on Critical Hit,
Rob had done something that we didn't really finish out before the show ended. So I thought maybe we could start out this week with that if Rob had his thing figured out.
Yes.
So what had happened is Rob had checked all 4 of his factions and was ready to advance, and then you were trying to figure out what advance you wanted to go with.
Correct. I ended up going with choose a move from another archetype. Because of course I did. And I grabbed the move Wall from Spectre.
Oh, and what's this move?
You always have an opening to escape. You can choose an additional option off the list to bring someone with you. On a miss, you attract the attention of dangerous spirits and ghosts in the area.
Oh, so you're trying to use a ghost walk.
Yeah, how does this...
Vampire mist form.
Yeah, mist form.
Okay, fair enough.
Thought you'd stump me with that, didn't you?
Yeah, well...
That's the first thing I thought when Rob said that. I was like, oh, yeah, he's picking mist form.
Fair enough. I just wanted to make sure there was a rationale behind it.
Actually, I spent my time between episodes thinking of how I wanted to rationalize it.
It took him a whole week, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. He's been sitting in that chair this whole time.
I know.
Really.
No, not that chair.
Oh.
All right, Brian, I think we are ready to continue then.
All right, sounds good. So I think we will continue talking about Klaus here as he is woken up from his slumber by a call earlier.
Boo.
So, how does the rest of the day go for you here?
Once evening approaches, I'll get a hold of my lieutenant.
All right.
And ask her if she's gotten any more information on the bodies.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sharon's not able to provide you with too much more information. Basically, the bodies, they were found drained in your locations, and she, can only speculate that this is probably the work of Julia Delgado.
Yeah.
But she's, doesn't have any concrete or anything concrete on it.
Well, I will let her know, keep me in the loop, clearly.
Okay.
Do I know Mitch Davidson? I know he's not in my thing. I guess I'll ask her if there's any news outside of that nonsense.
Nothing too much specifically. There's apparently some frat kid got killed the other day. There hasn't been anything too much beyond that.
So is there the nonsense at the party and then the bodies showing up?
Yes. Same night. It kind of does have the police force a little on edge here.
All right. It's Sunday, so go ahead and pull back forces. Don't worry about having anybody out unless it's a regular thing. We can afford to take a couple days off at the beginning of a week.
Sounds good. We will lay low for a bit.
Yeah. Still keep ears to the ground, but don't do anything stupid.
Okay.
I'll hang up. And I'll give Jim a call.
All right. Hey, boss.
What did the professor need?
He just seemed to be meeting with some other fellow. One of his fancy friends, it looked like.
Okay. He give you any information?
Not really. He
Of
just
course not.
seemed to wave and drove off.
All right. Everybody's going to lay low for the next couple of days, so I'll keep in touch if I need anything.
Sounds good.
Am I hungry?
How often do vampires need to eat?
I don't know.
Again, this is not something that is specifically covered within the rules.
Yeah.
So, in such situations on how particular creatures work, it comes to the owner of the playbook to make such designations.
The actual owner of the playbook? So if it's not Rob's playbook, others would decide for him?
Yeah.
You know what he means.
No, I'm legitimately asking.
Yeah, basically, as the vamp, he basically gets the narrative purview to detail how vampires work.
How his vampirism works in this universe.
Outside of anything that's not detailed within the playbook itself.
I'm going to say I'm going to have to actually eat.
Okay.
Mostly because it creates a better story.
Fair enough.
Makes things more interesting than me just being like, guess I can lay low for a couple days. Although, Sundays probably aren't the best day for eating anyways.
Good thing there aren't any avenging angels in this town. They might frown upon that.
Not yet.
There's always a possibility of just going out and checking on your stuff, like,
walking your territory, or
I did
making
drop
some
you
drug
some
deals.
info. Yeah, last
Yes.
time about other vampires being around. Yes.
Right. That actually sounds like the best plan. Follow up on the info that the proxy gave me.
Okay. How do you follow up on that?
Can't remember. What was it? Just that there was other vampires showing up, or
I think I gave you a name.
I know we got Julia Delgado, but she's from Great Bend and she's trying to get my way. That's the only name I have written down.
Well, basically, the proxy had ran into an individual who seemed to be frenzying, and he was able to detect some specific vampire influence upon him.
And his first name was George. And then we forgot what his middle name was, or his last name was.
Let's say Nelson.
George O. Jungle.
I'm sure that's probably different than what I said before, but
It's Nelson now.
yep.
Oh yeah, we talked about going and checking the recording too, didn't we? I remember that conversation.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess I'll hit the streets to take a look at that.
All right. Who are you going to try to talk to get that information?
Start with some of the other vampires. Some of the few that don't work with me. Necessarily.
Let's see. All right. Let's say an individual by the name of Richard Harmon, who, for the most part, is trying to maintain a fairly normal life. Tends to stay out of
Yeah, that's
business dealings.
That's exactly the kind of person I'm wanting to talk to.
So, if you want to go ahead and roll me versus Knight, or with Knight. So you got a partial success on the hitting the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So on a 7 through 9, you choose whoever you're going to is struggling with their own problems, or whatever you need is more costly than anticipated.
He's juggling his own problems.
Okay, so you go to Mr. Harmon. Him, largely trying to hold down a normal life, actually works as a stalker at Walmart. So you confront him there in Walmart in the middle of the night. And he's like, man, I'm sorry. I just try to stay out of this,
That's why I'm coming to you. You do try to stay out of this. You try to... You behave. I just need to know if you've met anyone else who typically has your idea. Guy's name's George.
No, I don't know George, but it's a lot harder to keep my head down when people keep bothering me.
People?
Yeah.
Who else?
I don't know. I didn't get their names. I pretty much told them I didn't want anything to do with any of the stuff. I just, again, I'm just trying to lay low here, man. I really don't want to get caught up.
No, Harmon.
Yes.
I know. Do you have a description? Give me any information you have on them. I will keep them backed off of you. Anything that comes towards your way can cause me problems. So,
I guess. Okay, he was like this big tough guy, Asian guy. He, I don't know. He was asking questions, and like I say, I just told him I didn't know anything. I didn't want any trouble.
all right. That is something. That's something. Let me know if anybody else approaches you. Let me know if anything else is going on. I do my best to keep you out of all the work it's on, but we are of the same. We do need to keep out for anything that affects one of us can affect all of us. So Just keep that in mind, Harmon.
I suppose. I don't know. Just go on. I got a lot of product here. I need to get the shelving.
Do your thing.
All right.
Buff Asian dude.
Mm-hmm.
Where have I heard that before?
Well, you haven't.
I know. However, I did roll a faction move, so I mark tonight.
Yes, you do that.
Do.
I need to send an email.
Send an email?
Yeah.
What, so that night,
Yes. If you're done with him.
yeah, I think, Rob, do you got anything further right now?
I mean, I can try and put a face to a name, I guess.
Can you?
I can try.
Don't know if that really, fit in this particular situation.
Wouldn't this be putting a name to a face?
Yeah. It's.
Yeah.
Isn't that also an option? Yeah, it's when you put a face to a name, or vice versa. Roll with their faction.
By the transitive property of faces.
Though I guess I don't know their faction at all. So, your call as to how this works, Brian? If I don't have enough information to go on yet.
I would say
fine.
not enough information. You only roll this move the first time you meet someone new or hear a new name. It's not something you can trigger later when you sit down to really think about a person you met. Either a name or face hits you and remember something, or proceed to fiction to build a new relationship. So, yeah.
Okay. So I haven't met them, nor have I heard their name. Got it.
Yep.
Did I ever try to do that with George?
Don't think you did.
Then, yeah. I'll get out of the way of the next person's.
Okay. So, yes. So Professor Higginsbottom is typing up the third.
My dearest Phoenix, do you remember the Crawford Estate sale from several weeks ago? ? By any chance, did you acquire a pair of shears? And might you still have them? ? Please let me know at your earliest convenience. Sincerely, J.D. Higginsbottom III. ? And send.
So,
I imagine his text messages are also like this.
yes.
That's just a stupid iOS autocorrect.
His text messages are filled with random caps.
Yes.
So, no immediate response on that.
Okay. That's fine.
So-
I didn't expect her to respond within 30 seconds. I'm not one of those people.
Yet.
So, anything else before proceeding to bed?
I don't know if there's... I try to rack my brain. I try to rack my brain to see if I recall seeing any young Asian men with spiky hair on campus. Would that be putting a face to a name or not?
No,
Okay.
I'd say.
All right.
Anyways, so I think unless anyone else has anything they particularly want to do this evening, the night...
I got some investigating to do.
Oh, okay. All right. The proxy. How do you proceed here?
I'm gonna try to figure something out about this demon possession thing. So I think that is hitting the street in giant quotation marks.
Yes, I think so in that particular case. So you're basically addressing the council?
Yes, I'm going to put together a query. Basically, it's a requisition for a writ of placement. By which I mean, is there another demon here, and where they at?
Very well. Go ahead and roll with wild.
Wow.
Ooh, a full success. All right.
Well, I've been doing good work.
All right. So yes, basically you, and how exactly do you send these missives?
My dearest Phoenix.
Yes. I will. So the way that I send them is by writing in on a piece of like vellum, and in an ancient language, possibly with blood if it's around, and then I burn it, like basically light it with like a candle, and it like bursts into a black flame or something. But the return stuff probably comes through like weirdly mundane means, like a text message, or just like a letter that's not like a misplaced letter that's like not addressed to me. It just like comes in through the mail slot, or like weird things that seem unrelated.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think
that's all right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think shortly your cell phone buzzes, and you get a text message that by a cursory look seems to be some sort of corrupted text, a bunch of jumbled characters and gobbledygook, but said characters kind of blur and swim in your vision, and you get some fairly detailed information that basically there is another demon who's been trying to make his way into the mortal plane here through a cult of his own workings. It does seem to indicate that things have not been going as he intended, but he has at least managed to obtain something of a vessel to exert some influence on the world. This demon is called Naberius.
Okay, how do you spell that?
Naberius.
And I mark wild, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Do I immediately know anything about this critter?
I think with that you'd have to try to put a name to a face.
Okay.
So you would be rolling wild again.
Rolling wild again. I succeed even more.
What? Okay. Nice. So yes, Naberius, he is in a marquee in hell. Basically, you get. Actually, let me make sure what exactly the success entails in this particular move, because I think you might actually net something here. Roll with faction on the hit. Oh, no, it's hit the street. Okay. Name to a face. GM tells you what most people know about them. On a 10+, you've dealt with them before, learned something interesting and useful about them, or they owe you a debt. So, would you want a debt or something useful and interesting?
I think I would want something useful and interesting. This sounds like a rival to me. So,
all right.
Maybe some sort of quirk or predilection, like some either manifestation when they're around, or that they have to, behead a chicken every once in a while, or something like that.
Well, he if he does manifest, it's often in black avian creatures such as crows or cranes. He does have a certain predilection, predominantly for sugary snack cakes. So
That's good.
Yeah, it is very much something that he is driven to consume.
Sounds good.
All right.
If we want to wait for the ball to roll around, but I'll call Alana here in a bit.
Okay, I think you can go ahead and make that call if you'd like.
Yeah, my plan was to spend the night in my sanctum doing research, so I could be kind of researching general demon information until I get this call, which might put me in a better direction for actually achieving something with my sanctum.
Interesting. All right, so you receive a call from the said proxy.
Hello?
Hello, we have some information.
All right. Is it the sort of information that can be communicated over a phone, or do we need to meet?
We can come to you if you would prefer.
Sure.
Okay. I'll have to get in my car and drive over.
Do you relay this information?
We will be there soon.
All right.
She just keeps looking at different chairs.
So that's what I had been expecting.
Yeah. But no, there's if it's
hey, you know what? I'm learning something. He can't just teleport. Test it. Demon.
Beetlejuice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, eventually I'll get there.
Yes.
I mean, Hayes is tiny.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to
it's
take
like
me that long.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
At most. Tops, yes.
That's from the far end to the far end, too.
Yep, I'll just walk into the antique store.
Great. I forgot. Did you write this down? Because it looks like I forgot. I know I picked the extremely knowledgeable assistant for my sanctum, and I can't remember what the second merit was. But I think it was magical wards.
There was the holding cell. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, because I mean I know all the options. I just can't remember what I said I was picking, and I definitely don't think I picked a holding cell.
I thought you did.
Did I? No, I did not want to be holding anything in my sanctum.
Okay.
Yeah, mystical prison. That sounds terrible.
Sounds like a brilliant plan.
Yeah, that sounds useful. But that is why Rob and I don't have sanctums.
The moment you put a mystical prison in your sanctum, then you have mystical prisoners in it, and then you have mystical prison breaks. It just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
Or the next show on Fox. Mystical prison break this week.
I have arcane tattoos of the prison layout.
Yep, that's exactly right.
I don't know if it was said differently on the recordings, but from what I have in the email, for the advantages, I'm thinking it has a mystical prison, a focus circle, and a testing ground.
Well,
You get 3 things?
It's one of those.
Now, that being said, if you're not certain and it's not on the...
Also, I get 4 things, so I don't have it written down. So, all right, let's go with.
If you don't, you can pretty much choose what you want here.
Cool. Sorry about that.
No, that's cool.
So I'll write them down now for because it's also supposed to be 4 things. So, extremely knowledgeable assistant, testing ground. What were the other ones? Wards. And a focus circle. Yep.
Focus circle. Okay.
Actually, I have no idea what a focus circle means. So.
But it sounds cool.
We'll go with. Yeah, it does sound cool. So we'll stick with it.
It's like a hula hoop. You spin.
Yeah, stuck in the ground and you stand in it.
Yep.
Let's go with the apothecary. That actually sounds cooler.
Oh, really? Okay.
Or sorry, no. Let's go with. All right. This is terrible. we're going to go with the arcane relics, because a scattering of ancient relics, because that works well with the whole antique store anyways.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So she will set out some wards in preparation.
Any particular wards?
Basically wards against scrying or divination, considering that she's been told that you say demon enough that the proxy pays attention. If he's going to tell me about demons, I don't want said demons knowing we're talking about them.
Fair enough. Okay. Because you're always afraid you're going to be trying to ward for demons, and this should be fun. No, okay.
Yeah. It's like, I told you to come here in person, and you could talk to me from over there.
Okay. If it works, it would work for me. It's good to be respected.
All right. So, after a short while, Proxy pulls up.
Yep. Go into the antique store.
Mm-hmm. There seem to be a set of candles strategically positioned around the room, trying to keep information secure.
It is good to take precautions.
So what have you found?
We have a name and a few relevant idiosyncrasies.
What do you want for it?
We can say we can determine that later.
She shakes her head. How about I give your brother a magic lesson?
We do not want that.
Are you sure?
We would prefer to keep him away from further exploring those abilities.
It's only going to get him to explore them on his own. That's going to be dangerous. We both have brothers that are problems. We can help each other in this.
If you agreed to, at a later date, step in and either tutor this young man or prevent him from getting himself into trouble, we would be sated.
I'm already keeping his power a secret for you.
You are?
Yes.
We suppose that is fair. We can give you this information for your silence.
And my offer stands for, I assume, possibly the next time our paths cross on this matter.
Very well. He'll hold out an envelope.
She'll take it.
Anything else?
Open it.
Yep. The information that Brian gave us is there. Do you have it?
Cool. Yeah. It's so sorry. Can you spell the name for me again, Brian?
Naberius is the demon. Naberius.
IUS. He likes sweets.
Yes.
Sweet cakes.
Yes.
And birds.
And blackbirds.
Yes.
4 and 20. Baked in a pie.
Here, I thought you were making a drug reference.
No.
It's like, what?
I thought you were making a crow reference.
4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. It sounds like this guy would be right up this guy's alley.
Nothing for now. Have a good night.
You as well.
So do I get to mark wild for that?
Yeah, I think since you basically cashed in,
I'm paying off. Yeah, good, exactly.
Yeah. So you would be able to mark wild if that is unmarked.
Do I get to mark power for honoring one?
Yes.
So here's a. Ooh. I still need to get something. I need to get a knight.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
So here's a fun question, specific to the wizard corruption moves.
Mm-hmm.
When I strike a deal with someone dark and powerful, I have to mark corruption.
Ooh, I do think this would probably be applicable here.
It's awful. I'm gonna get so much corruption before the end of this game just by having to deal with like every other PC.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to. I mean, I'm not saying that necessarily Klaus would be sufficient, but
yeah, fair enough. He's just a vampire as opposed to a powerful demon thing.
Yes.
Hey,
fair enough.
that's hurtful.
Look, there are lots of vampires. All right, I will mark corruption.
Cool. So yep, I'm gonna sit down and pick out a move. I'll let you know here in a second.
Okay.
Cool.
Meanwhile,
I will then attempt to use my sanctum with this information to do as much research as I can to get any additional details.
All right. Is there any particular information you're looking for here?
Any history about Niburius? What his motivations might be? Rituals for summoning him? Known acolytes?
Yeah, you can do some research on this. Basically, for the most part, what you get is pretty scant. He predominantly is just a figure that does seem to be mostly a knowledge demon. He trades and deals in knowledge both ways. You do find that he does have a very strong predilection to sugary treats. Once you're finding that, and that has often been a means to basically get his favor without a great cost. There hasn't been much in the way of any recent times of compatriots. Like I say, for the most part, you're not finding anything too recent. You can probably attempt summoning if you would like.
No, I would not like. But I would like, my plan is now I will set an alarm for myself, and tomorrow morning I will go down to the police precinct / prison, wherever they're holding him, with some donuts and see where we go from there. Bribes for everyone!
Hey, don't make it back to the cell because donuts.
Gosh.
2 boxes of donuts.
Now you're just making me hungry.
Okay. So, you set an alarm. I think, you largely get that information, head to bed, and I think we will swivel over to Ian, who... What do you do this night?
This is a good question.
Try to murder my lead.
Yeah, pretty much.
It does sound like a bad plan.
See, and the question then becomes... Well, I think the first thing that I need to do is one thing that I've probably been neglecting.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find lots and lots of black eyeshadow. And I need to put on my war face. I need lots and lots of black eyeshadow, and I'm going to paint my face as sort of a quasi-skeletal face with red teardrops coming down from each eye, because Skid turning into Skid. That'll probably kill a good hour and a half at Sephora. So, you guys have a Sephora? You don't have a Sephora? Okay. God, this is tough. I'm going to be angsting. I'm going to be openly angsting about whether or not I can...
And
whether I can withhold my vengeance, but not withhold my vengeance. My vengeance is important.
And where do you like to angst at?
There's a statue on the grounds of Old Fort Hayes. It is a massive statue of a native buffalo. And I like to be in the shadows beneath it and sort of behind it. To where I would be invisible to anyone who was not looking for a dead guy in the shadows.
You would be. So as you sit here,
do my argue with myself, argue with my daemon. She has a point. She has a point, but I can't. It's hard. I can't, but I must. I can't.
You should.
You say that.
Yeah, your demon is very much pushing towards the vengeance option here. You should find him and you should kill him like he killed you.
I know I must, but she has a point. She has some sort of point. I know she has a point. But some sort of connecting principle. He's linked to something greater, something invisible, and I can't. Or can I? I could kill them both.
Yes.
If.
You should kill them all. All who were there that night.
But aren't they all responsible?
Yes.
Even the ones that were there. Oh, this is bad. This is a bad demon you have, Brian. This demon is going to lead to bad things.
Hey.
All right.
She brought you back for the purpose of vengeance.
All right. So once my face is fully painted, and I am once again a terrifying specter of vengeance, 7 feet tall.
Well, as you are sitting there in the shadow of the bison, you do notice a presence of a blue light forming to your right.
Her again.
Yes. It is a really nice statue, isn't it?
It's almost the same as being surrounded by a corpse.
I suppose.
The dead stone of the earth given the shape of a dead animal. It's almost sacred when you think about it.
If you say. Listen, I've been wanting to talk to you. I know you've been speaking with Screaming Sally.
I have. She's terrible.
I suppose. And you have been working with her to take the same path that you're taking?
Less working and more explaining.
Well, there are other ways.
Not for one such as me.
I don't think that's the case, but I think you can find other ways too.
People keep telling me that, and yet no one tells me what those ways are.
Vengeance doesn't have to be your goal here.
What other goal is there?
Justice?
Justice is a phantasm. And you of all people should know that phantasms have no effect.
I wouldn't say that. I feel vengeance is itself a phantasm. And one that always floats ahead out of reach.
But it's solid. You'll know when you're struck by vengeance.
I guess, but violence just begets more violence.
Isn't that great?
I think that's a cycle that needs to stop.
It will. I've never said it won't stop. It will stop when they're dead.
And what if they take to death as well as you have?
Death begets death.
That's the problem I'm having. Death does not have to be the means.
The time for someone to consider not killing was the time when they could have not killed me. And now, I'm here. I'm dead. And I move.
Well, I would wish you would think upon other means. But, I guess you've made your decision.
I have.
I suppose. And, with that, Elizabeth Polly, the blue light lady, fades away. Leaves you alone again with the Lynx.
Who continues whispering, death. Kill them all.
Yes.
Kill them all.
Kill them. Kill them.
Kill them all. It's like being in a car with Steven. Kill them all.
Just run this off the road and kill them.
When Matthew is in the car, that is the only thing that goes through your mind. Let me just please run off the road and kill us all. Please.
That's why we got separate cars the first time we drove as a group to a spectacular.
Yeah.
Rob. Too
What?
mean, Rob.
I rode with you, Matthew.
Too mean.
Also,
Rob.
because when Rob's
He
in the car,
already wanted
the
to
only
kill
thing that's
you.
going through my mind is, please, let me just drive off the cliff and kill us all.
Too mean. You guys are mean.
I know for a fact if there's an actual cliff, that is the exact opposite of what's going through your head.
That's right. If there's an actual
I
cliff,
would never harm anyone.
that's true, you wouldn't. And if you ever did, I'd come back and paint my face with the eyeshadow that I stole from Sephora. And I'd stand outside your window going, boogity, boogity, boo.
Also, I've driven with Steven at the edge of cliffs, and we all kind of, like, the two of us were just like, oh, no, what are we going to do? The ground's not flat anymore. What are we going to do?
That's pretty freaky, man.
Yeah, mountains.
Well, especially when there's no guardrail.
Yeah.
Just the guardrail.
As someone who has only lived in flat places all her life, elevation driving terrifies me.
Boy, you would hate riding with me.
So,
All right. So the Elizabeth leaves.
yes.
Leaves me alone with my vengeance. Dark vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to make Rodrigo appear.
Interesting.
Wait, what are
Do
you?
you-
I'm trying to
Wow.
find another faction because I wanted to see if I
I'm
could
wild.
Oh.
Oh, you're wild. Dang.
Which one do you need?
Power.
That's
That's your sister.
That's my crap. I knew it. All right, I'm going to seek out my sister.
All right.
Nice,
No.
I need night. Perhaps together we can. There we go. We've got this system wrecked. We're just gonna take
We've
each other
done it.
out.
We're gonna be yes. This is how we do. It's
Well,
gonna be awesome. It's
this
like,
is why we're not going to so much say just talking is enough to tick factions
No,
anymore.
I know, but he owes me a 2-point
Aw.
debt. So
Yeah, there's that.
for mourning his undead self.
so. This does bring a question.
Mm-hmm.
If I owe her a debt,
Yes.
can I offer
Yeah.
to honor a debt? Say, theoretically, if I were to agree to not say, I don't know, murder a kid, because that's
That
what
doesn't
she
seem
wants.
like much of an offer. It's like
No.
I won't do something terrible.
Yeah, I don't
like,
think
great.
That doesn't work.
choice of inaction in itself,
Well,
in certain
okay.
situations, sure, but
She's asked me to allow her to finish her lead. She's basically saying, oh, will you let me do the thing? And I'm like, well, would it be honoring? No, because that wouldn't be her owing me a debt, I guess. Sort of. Anyway, gonna go seek out my sister.
okay.
Gonna do a Batman entrance.
So,
Just On my windowsill.
Out of the shadows.
I'm like, we'll say this is when I'm still in the research process, which she immediately hides her books.
Alana.
Ian, what a surprise.
I'm good at surprises.
Apparently.
Mm.
How can I help you?
I've been thinking about what you said.
Oh?
I've been thinking, if the demon made him do it, then it's the demon I need to kill.
I'd agree with that.
Can you help me?
I think I can. If you can let me learn a bit more, see if we can disentangle the two before we resort to violence.
As long as you understand that it is a before, and there will be.
Yeah, I get that. I have no problem with you getting demons out of this world.
And then I'll decide whether or not he goes as well.
Well, it might be less of a decision and more of a how much are the two bound up. I'm guessing if we can kill the boy should face some form of punishment, but it's not death. He doesn't deserve that unless he's already gone.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
Got a thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Under my drama moves.
Yes. Maybe about adding a name to as wrong you to your call?
Well, I was thinking about that, or I was thinking about emotional intimacy move.
How?
Well, hang on. Where am I looking for the adding the name to my call? That isn't a drama move. That's a class move, is it not?
Yeah, you're correct. The drama moves are specifically the intimacy, the death, and end moves and corruption. So yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, I mean, for the most part, if you share a moment of intimacy, play it out here in the game, then that would very well trigger that move. The drama moves, basically, they're moves that are triggered specifically by the fiction, by having fulfilled the situation there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I also have one of those, so you're going to take a -1 ongoing penalty to escape until you get intimacy with someone else. I draw people in.
You're killing my Batman exits? Oh,
Yeah, basically. You'll feel bad about it. Like, I'm going to use the door like a human being. It's what my sister would want.
Even though my soul is black, I shall use the door and the knob. Robert Smith would want it that way. Okay. I'm serious too. Now I'm confused, Brian.
Yes?
Hang on. The adding the name that you referred to.
Yes.
This seems like an important thing that I probably want to do.
Yes. If you feel that the demon should be on your call, then you would want to roll with spirit and see if that is sufficient to your daemon.
Okay. I will.
Now, would that get rid of the other name, or in this case?
Not exactly, no.
Great.
So it would add a name. It wouldn't necessarily remove Skippy.
Yeah.
But it would add the demon, whose name is Naberius.
I have not said that name yet, so.
Yeah, he does not know that yet.
My bad. Thank you.
So, I mean, yeah, I don't think you'd actually have a name to add to the list at this time.
Ted. All right, so I am just rolling spirit. I'm looking at my basic.
I'd say, without an actual name.
There's no way to do it.
yeah, you don't actually have enough information to basically assuade your daemon.
Well, then I'll go with my initial expectation then.
All right.
You always took care of me when I was alive.
She nods, still trying.
I spoke to a ghost. She told me to choose justice.
Sounds like a smart ghost.
I speak to the demon, and the demon says vengeance. Should I choose the demons or the ghosts?
Can I try to make a kind of awareness move to spot the demon?
Yeah, I think you can. I think that would be, what's that basic move? Hold on.
Let it out.
Yes, let it out to open your senses.
Nope, though I succeed.
Ooh. All right, so on let it out. When you let it out, roll with spirit. On a hit, choose one and mark corruption. On a 10 or better, ignore the corruption or choose another from a list. You can take +1 forward on your next roll, extend your senses, supernatural or otherwise, frighten, intimidate, or impress your opponent, or take definite hold of something vulnerable or exposed.
Neat. So I guess so I get both of those because I was 10 plus. I get to choose 2 of these and ignore corruption. Oh, ignore corruption or choose. Got it.
You can ignore corruption and open up your senses, or you can open up your senses and take another bonus.
I'm so tempted. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a corruption to also frighten or intimidate, and I want to frighten/intimidate this demon.
Ooh, interesting.
It's a
So what do you do to do as such?
So she just looks directly at it, which I assume this thing is not used to
Yes.
that sort of treatment, and stands up very straight and touches her focus briefly, and the beginnings of elemental sparks start coming out from her, and says, "The demon is using you, Ian. You are its gateway into this world, and it wants you to spend as long as you can on some fool quest of murder so it can stay here. You are not beyond redemption. Your death was not your fault. If those who are truly responsible are brought to justice, I believe that you will find peace. But if you simply kill because this beast tells you to, no amount of bloodshed will do that."
Well, that definitely gets the Lynx's attention. Hackles are full raised, and you definitely feel basically subsonic growl. No further response currently, but it's very much just looking you dead in the eye.
Yeah, cats hate it when you make eye contact.
And Ian, what do you make of this situation?
I will do what you say. I won't kill him until we know for sure. Tell me how I can help.
I know where he is. Come with me tomorrow.
All right. So in-game,
Mm-hmm.
if that move worked, I don't have to roll anything.
Yes.
But it says that I now have a +1 to actions toward the end of assisting Alana, as long as it's something that's going towards the balance of justice as opposed to the balance of vengeance. Is that correct?
Yes. When you share a moment of intimacy, physical or emotional, with another person, ask them if you should be an agent of justice or vengeance.
I didn't even know there was mechanical benefit to any of that. So cool.
Oh yeah, no, it was fantastic. Like I was reading it beforehand, and like Matthew just played that perfectly. Just seamlessly put it into the fiction. Just such a good performance.
So I assume, Sam, you would say justice?
Yes, please.
If they say justice, ask them how you could relieve the burdens they carry and take +1 ongoing to actions towards that end.
Cool.
So, Matthew would be asking that of Sam.
Yeah,
cool.
He did.
Yeah.
He already did.
Yeah, he's going to help me tomorrow to interrogate this possessed dude.
Cool. If you would have chosen vengeance, mark corruption.
Well, I did not, so we're good.
We did not corrupt today. Sometimes that's all you can do. That was fun.
Yes.
I understood a game move.
That was very well played.
So does that mean that she gets a tick-clickety for interacting with me on the night side in her factions? Or no?
I would say, yeah, you definitely get to mark yours for power.
Okay.
Now, I don't know. Do you feel? Yeah, I feel like this should probably be pretty parallel. Sam, do you feel that you shared a moment of emotional intimacy?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And he has to deal with the penalty to escape for now.
So that's just it. -1 to escape.
-1 ongoing to escape until they get some intimacy somewhere else.
Interesting.
That's okay. I can talk to a K. The kitty's like, kill.
Wizards are apparently emo magnets.
Oh, well, that's good because I'm like 80% emo and 3% butterscotch ripple.
Well, sweet. So I think that means we both advance.
I think you're right.
So there seems to be quite a few advancing going on.
Yeah, you don't have to rub it in, Brian. I see what you're saying.
I'm sure Professor Higginbottoms will get his opportunities.
Someday. So do we need to take a break while these guys figure out their advances and talk about it next week, or do you have some other stuff planned for this episode?
I think this is a good break for this episode.
Okay. Well, we will go ahead and take a break there and let Matthew and Sam figure out their factions, even though you won't, or their advances, even though you won't hear their decisions until next week. I bet it's not going to take them 7 days like some people. Yeah. Until then, head over to majorspoilers.com, share your thoughts and reactions to this game in the comment section for this episode. And if you want to get some bonus stuff, whether it be bonus episodes of things, original art, etc., head over to patreon.com/majorspoilers. Every little bit helps. We understand that some of you can't always afford to contribute, and that's why there are other people who give a lot more to help make up for those who can't, and we certainly appreciate everyone who is a patron member over at patreon.com/majorspoilers. Questions, podcast@majorspoilers.com. And until next time, oh man, go look up the Blue Light Lady.
This podcast is copyright 2017 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.